Hello guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How are you guys doing? So on this video we are going to talk about information security. This video is like an intro into information security. All right, I found this PowerPoint slides on SlideShare. I liked it and then I downloaded it. All right, thank you, Mr. Sridevi Phil King Kalida something. Right. So, what exactly is information security? Well, information security is a serious topic that needs to be included in the curriculum of every classroom that uses a computer. It's true. I think also here, in the content below, we are going to talk about professors, administrators, coordinators, managers, CIOs, and many other people should, including children, all right? Because nowadays it's too dangerous. They put normally I see kids with cell phones all the time, everywhere, so they have access to internet, and internet's dangerous. All right. So back in here, uh, it's important for teachers, administrators, and technology coordinators, not only them, as I told you guys, right? But CIOs, managers, and many other people should has like a basic knowledge about information security to work with in a safe environment every single day. So, but it's equally important that students understand the basics of information security in order to protect themselves, their work, and their school environment. As I told you guys here, I found this slide, but I want to include also not only students or coordinators or administrators, but every people should have basic knowledge about information security. I'm not saying, hey, let's teach everyone how to hack. No, I'm not talk about in cybersecurity itself. I'm talking about prevention, like, all right, the basic knowledge to analyze, oh, this is a fake SMS or this is a fake email. All right, we don't have to teach everyone technical skills, but just enough to show them to for them to learn what is real and what's fake. Okay, so now that we all want to include information security as a topic in our classroom, how do we implement these ideas? Right here, what is information security? Well, the protection of information and its critical elements, including systems and hardware that use, store, and transmit that information, necessary tools, policies, awareness, training, education, technology. Well, information security involves everything, not just in digital ways, but in physical ways, also physically, like cameras, surveillance cameras, biometric and controlled entrances, like what else? Vigilance, right? Guards, dogs, walls to protect the environment. Also, we have here the policies. Like when we work to a big company, like I work for a French company, we have a lot of policies, right? Information security policies. We have data protection policies. Also, we use like the policies from servers, right? We create some policies, access control, this kind of thing. Training, we are constantly training our teams, including all the collaborators, lawyers, financial area people, or any other people that has access to information, to data, we educate them, we train them all the time, not every day, but all the time, like 3 or 4 months, each 3 or 4 months. And technology, it means like we have upgraded and actual like equipments, modern equipments like servers, good firewall, and good ITS, IPS, good like endpoint security like XDR, MDR, EDR, right? Information security is the application of measures to ensure the safety and the privacy of data by managing its storage and distribution. Information security has both technical and social implications. Like I told you guys before, we have to use firewalls, IDS, IPS, endpoint protection, right? Solutions like Trend Micro or CrowdStrike or McAfee or Kaspersky or Node EZ32 or Symantec and many others like Fortinet, right? Fortinet or FireEye and many other security solutions. Okay. Also, we have to. Every company should have a big infrastructure and cybersecurity team. All right, or it means information security team, because in information security we can analyze, we can check, we can see every detail of the data and analyze every anomaly in the network. Okay, so here also we have social implications. What is it? Well, normally when we talk about um, company, we are talking about a big environment. We have suppliers, we have clients, right? And in this way, it's going to, let's say we are going to, we have a data leak in the company or client's information. We are going to to suffer with laws like in Brazil we have LGBT, that is the same as GDPR, General Data Protection Regulations. In Europe, it's the same law. All right. So we have this law in Brazil also, and here we have to pay a kind of amount of money if there's a data leak. Okay. So information security system is the process of protecting the data from unauthorized access, disclosure, destruction, and disruption. It means that information security is there to protect the data in any kind of ways. Further, we are going to talk about the triangle of information security, right? What are the threats? Here we have a simple image. The sender, the person who is sending, and the receiver, the person who is receiving. And here we have a confidentiality, unauthorized disclosure of information. Integrity, unauthorized modification of information, and authenticity, unauthorized use of service. So this information should be confidential, like just people with permissions should have access to it. And the same here, just people with permission could modify anything or change anything in the data. Like we have attacks such as man in the middle, that the hacker can monitor and he can manipulate data, he can manipulate information, intercept information, right? And use of service, obviously, right? A person that has no authorization to access something like, let's say, a website, right? Netflix. People who don't have an account just do social engineering to get from Netflix clients and then have access to the platform, or Amazon or HBO or Disney Plus or Star Plus or whatever, any kind of service. Security threats: destruction of the files or data, disclosure, all right, modification of data, and denial of service. This is, we're talking about availability, right? And now we are going to see the elements of cybersecurity that is going to see the triangle of it. So elements of information security, not cybersecurity, information security. Confidentiality: information kept private and secure. It means it's confidential, should be, and it has to be private and secure. Behind firewalls, antiviruses, endpoint solutions, or any kind of protection to keep the environment secure. Okay, all right. The data in itself secure also, not just the environment. Integrity: date not modified, deleted, or added. It means like integrity means that we are not going to modify anything in the file. Let's say we have a file and then we are going to check the hash, right? Let's say MD5 sum we can use to check the hash. Every single time when we make a backup from something, we can get a hash and we can analyze it. We can store this data into a server and check if after or in any moment it was modified or deleted, or if was deleted we could say, but modify or added something, all right, change it, because the checksum is not going to be the same, the hash is not going to be the same, all right. Availability: systems available to whom requires them. It means I am a client and I use an ERP. I have to access it from your cloud, from the supplier cloud. It should be available for me. But as I told you guys before, sometimes hackers perform social engineering to get information. And in this information, they get logins and passwords, and they could have access to it. So in the server, the infrastructure server on the firewall or WAF, it could have some rules that access just acceptable from some IP or from some area, a specific region, okay, or some multiple factor authentication. Authenticity: providing verification of the identities. This is the easiest one. You have to provide who you are. You have to show who you are. You have to prove who you are. Accountability: assurance by recording the the identities and activities, and non-repudiation, assuring the identities of the parties in a transaction. Like, to be sure, you did it and you cannot deny it. I did it and I cannot deny it, right? So here we have confidentiality. Confidentiality is the term used to prevent the disclosure of information to unauthorized individuals or systems. Data should be kept secret. The owner of the data has to decide who can only access the data and who can't. Example: password hacking in online money transaction system. All right, here we have some image. All right, and you guys can analyze it later. Prevention: by encrypting the data and by limiting the places where it might appear. Okay. Integrity: integrity means that data cannot be modified undetectably. Unauthorized persons should not modify the data without owner's permission. not only modification. They should not remove the data and add the false data. Like in Linux, it's nice. In Linux, it's nice because when we don't have root access, obviously in Windows and macOS is the same. But specifically, I'm talking about Linux. When someone is not on the sudoers group, he cannot delete certain things, specifically things that he didn't create it. He cannot modify. He can visualize, but he cannot delete or modify. Okay, so Linux. This is a perfect example in Linux, right? And here we have another image example: ARP spoofing hacker, Billy Bob network switch. So ARP spoof, we are going to see how it works later. Okay, and then PegSU prevention, message authentication e integrity code MAC, MAC, and messages such as MD5 or SHA-1 hashes. Availability of infrastructure to function according to business expectations during its specified time of operation. Nobody can disturb the system to make it unusable. Here we have another picture. We can imagine now a DDoS attacks, right? With DDoS attacks, the system is unavailable. Or let's say we have an insider and that guy just go there, pull off the computer, turn off the computer. It's unavailable, right? Prevention, backup systems. Like normally, I recommend nowadays, many people are recommending you move from on-premises to cloud, because when certain area is suffering with DOS attacks or any kind of instability, they move and you have the backup. So your application does not stop working, right? Authenticity, computer systems to be able to verify the identity of an user. It goes with corresponding threats to them. Goals: data confidentiality, threats, exposure of the data, data integrity, tampering with data or modification, system availability, denial of service, authenticity, no authentication. Types of IT threats: computer virus, Trojan horses, DNS poisoning, password grabbers, network worms, logic bombs, hijacked homepage or hijacked sessions, password crackers like brute force or dictionary attacks. Here is not a computer threat, but it's an insider. I put it because insider is a big risk. People normally don't talk too much about that, but insiders are a real threat also, not just computer viruses. Types of attacks: SQL injection, dictionary attack, phishing, smishing, social engineering, and many others. Cross-site scripting, UI redressing, and then here we can include also iframes like clickjacking and many others. Security in different aspects. We are going to talk about data security, computer security, and network security. Data security. Data security helps to ensure the privacy of the individuals and the organizations. Data security is a method of protecting the data from unauthorized use. It has become an important part of the computer related to business around the world. Data security is very important for smooth operations in any organization. So, first thing here, data security helps to ensure the privacy of the individuals and the organizations. In GDPR, there is a specific a place that says people with HIV cannot have their information leaked or the sickness. So what happens? This is a very sensitive information, and the security data helps them to keep in privacy just for them and to the doctors and people with necessary access. Okay, data security is a method of protecting the data from unauthorized access. Yes, it is. Again, let's say a hacker get access into a company server. He has no authorized access because he hacked. So data security using frameworks like NIST, ISO 27002, and other frameworks are there for us to use it. It has become an important part of the computer-related business around the world. Yes, today we cannot talk about business without security. Everything involves bank transactions, conversations, contracts, signature, digital signatures. All right. So on business, also nowadays we cannot talk about business without cybersecurity or information security, and uh, we certainly can't perform any kind of financial or any kind of administrative process without cybersecurity. And data security is very important for the smooth operations. Yes, it is, because if we don't work with information security, if we don't work based on security baselines, we are going to have some problems like availability, confidentiality, integrity, authenticity. All right, so it's necessary. One way to avoid the loss of data, do hard disk crash, accidental removal, or due to virus attack, is to take regular backup of your data on CD-ROM, hard drives, USB drive, or any other medium. So let me back here a little bit. Let's take here backup from CD-ROM and hard drives. Okay, I'm going to, well, some small companies keep doing it, still doing it in hard drives, like external hard drives. But today it's important for us to understand that the cloud, it's not all right, it's 100% safe. No, it's not. But still, it's the safest place, and we have these backups available 24/7. So it's the best place. But we can do a backup in USB drive. Yes, we can. External hard drive. Yes, we can. In CD-ROM. Yes, we can. We can do it, but remember that CD can damage. The hard drives can damage. Like the USB could get into water, into the sink. I don't know. You can step on. You know. So if you have server on cloud, is the best way to protect yourself and your data. If you have lost your critical data, then there are many ways to recover it. You just need to find a data recovery specialist in your area. Let's say you have a hard drive, you saved it, and I receive a lot of requests for it. Believe me, a lot of people, hey, I have some information on hard drive, and then just I damaged the hard drive, corrupted it, or the USB stopped working, so I need to recover some data. Well, normally we have some specialists in forensics, right? People in forensics normally can do it. Computer security. Every computer is susceptible to different attacks. It is. Hackers can perform many kind of attacks in a computer. It's the responsibility of the computer user who manages the security of the computer to protect it from these attacks. When people tell me, I don't know how to use, perfect. I don't know how to, I'm not a technical specialist in cybersecurity. I'm not specialist in cybersecurity. All right, you don't have to be it. You just have to follow the baselines of information security, like pornography, right, or suspicious websites, opening link that you received by mail, or SMS links by SMS message. By so the user also can contribute to the information security if there is an education process in the company, right? Every computer system must have a predefined security measures to protect it from viruses, spyware, adware, Trojan horse, web worms, internet security threats, and hacker attacks, including ransomware, malware, Trojan, and others. So here we are talking about antiviruses, right, or endpoint solutions or firewalls. Even permissions access that user has, like he cannot, when we use Windows, for example, we can create some rules and some policies on AD, Active Directory, that user cannot install anything. He cannot modify the background, like the wallpaper in the background of his desktop. He cannot do anything. He just sit there, works, create Word files, Excel files, PowerPoint, navigate, surf on the internet, but he cannot install anything. So firewall software provides a security mechanism that protects your computer from the unauthorized access and hacker attacks. Yes, it is. Like, as I'm telling you guys, we have a lot of solutions today. We have endpoint solutions, we have firewall solutions, we have EDR, XDR, MDR, okay, IDS, IPS. Network security. Network security means that protecting your network from unauthorized access or viruses, spyware, and internet threats. Protecting a computer network is the most important responsibility of the persons who manages the network, the security of the network. Yeah, back into the firewalls, monitoring, CM tools, right? IDS, again, intrusion detection system, intrusion prevention system, right? Normally, SOC, security operations centers, perform this kind of activity, or NOC, network operation centers. Also, they perform this kind of activities. They monitor the network for anomalies. They keep checking on CM tools, IDS, IPS, firewalls. Okay. Security mechanisms to protect the network. Install up-to-date antivirus program or endpoint solutions. Make regular backup of critical data. Use a strong firewall program. I'm not going to give names here, but in the market we have few of them. All right. Yeah. Keep your system patched. Use strong passwords. This is one of the biggest problem we have nowadays in cybersecurity. Normally users put like their phone number with their name, or the dog name, or their mother name, father name with their birthday. And because it's not complex to remember. But like me, my passwords normally has like 18 to 20 characters. It's big. It's totally different. I don't know. Like I just create. I think about some things, and then I create it. Install and configure file encryption program. Like in Windows, we have their own tool. Place your network server at a very secure place, and and only authorized users should be allowed to enter in the server room. This is the physical meaning, all right, of put the place. Like we have a physical infrastructure, we have a room into the third floor, or in the first floor, or in the basement. First, we have to check. Well, can flood? Yeah. So there's not a place in the basement. There is the people from uh, the cleaners can have access. Yes. So there's not a place to be. All right. Okay. So we have a room in the behind. There is no door close to it. There's no window. There's nothing. There's air conditioning in the room. Right. This room, there's a door that has a lock. The lock has a card or biometric system, and we have a guard desk in the front of it. Perfect. That's the place. Basic security measures for computer. Install up-to-date antivirus program. Use strong passwords. Like the strong passwords, we can set a policy into the servers, like in Active Directory or Linux, like MySQL server. In MySQL, when you install it and you start configure the security, they ask you for a password, and then they tell you from 1 to 5, I think, and then to 10 or to 8, and then you have to set a strong password. Don't leave your computer unattended. It means like, all right, I'm going to the toilet, and I'll just like open my computer right here, and I'm going. Or I have like, I can let people. Today I had a problem, a personal problem, because I let someone use my computer and they did something. But never let your computer alone. If worse in public places, like not even think about it. Okay, always keep your computer with you, close to you, better in the front of you, where you can view, where you can see everything. Enable the full firewall settings in Windows XP. Here they are talking about Windows XP, but nowadays Windows 10 that updated, and Windows 11. I'm not saying about Windows 8, Windows 7, right? In Windows 10 and Windows 11, Windows Defender got better, much better, better than many antivirus program like AVG, Avast, or others. Keep your operating system up to date. Yeah, normally I activate the update so it updates alone automatically. One thing to keep your system updated and your firewall enabled is using a original license, like Microsoft license. In Brazil, people doesn't do it. They don't care actually about it. They think like, no, it's expensive. I don't care. And there's a big problem because obviously I'm not talking about companies, right? I'm talking about individuals. Okay, they don't care about security. Like even in the university, we say, hey, when you use a crack, you are opening a port for a hacker. All right, but I have like cracked the windows, so it doesn't matter. Okay, so encrypt your critical files. Use softwares like what's the name? Oh, there was a very nice software. It's a French company. I forgot the name. Sorry. Take a regular backup of your data. Normally, take all the time, every week, if possible, or every day. Create like a script, right? Bash or PowerShell script to backup a specific folder, and then create and then send it to the cloud. Basic security still limited the access of users. For companies, we can limit the access, right? Like I told before, we can create policies in Windows, and even home computers. We can create accounts, administrator, and then just users, basic user accounts. They cannot install few things. We can set up some configuration. They cannot deactivate the firewall. They cannot activate the updates. Increase the security settings in the browsers. Today we use like Firefox or Chrome. So I will be honest with you guys. I use a lot of add-ons, but honestly, we don't know what they do. Like we cannot, you know, I monitor sometimes, but not every single day. I can check few of them, but not all of them. The source code, I mean. Disable annoying startup programs. Yeah, unnecessary starting programs, we can disable it. Okay. Install the latest service packs, like the updates or the software version. Regularly scan your computer for vulnerabilities and security holes. Best way to do that, Windows Defender itself or your antivirus software. Adjust event view settings. And internet security threats. There are many known internet threats that can invade any computer that is connected to internet. Yeah, we have like auto download software nowadays using JavaScript and execute the virus itself. You know, if you have not installed and configured any internet security suite, then your computer can host many viruses, spyware, and adware. Like I have a McAfee solution for my home. All right, I'm not making any kind of list, but for me it works perfectly because I have an internet protection. I have a VPN access also from McAfee. Every time I download something from the internet, it checks every single time. The best safeguard against internet security threats. To install internet secure software, install firewall, software or hardware. Monitor incoming emails. Disable scripting features in the email program. Disable Java and ActiveX and monitor the activities of users on the internet. It is, yeah. Oh, but my users have some privacy. My collaborators, my workers, my employees have privacy. No, they don't need privacy, they need security. We're not talking about the personal life. We're talking about business here. Even some of them use their computer on the BYOD rules, bring your own device rule. When we start talking about business, when they start using their computer, their equipment for business, they have no rights to use that for watch pornography or do personal things, access social media. I know it's a little bit extreme, but it is because like we don't know what they can do. We just don't know, right? So that was the video about that is introduction about information security. So I hope you guys like it. If you like, give me a like. Share my video with your friends. And well, see you guys. If you're not subscribed, subscribe to my channel. And see you guys in the next video.